Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenarios. So in the previous section, we discussed about the how we are going to implement it by the LWC-OTT subscription mini project. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about the step-by-step how we are going to implement it by the our pages. So initially we have to going to develop by this screen in this screen. So we have to implement it by the frames, frame 1 and frame 2 initially. Then after how we are going to give it by the login page and login button, create a account, and here we have to display by the logos. How we are going to do this step by step, let's discuss to the in this video. So come to the our Salesforce R. So before going to that, first we need to create our main page, OTT main page. We have to create first, Control Shift P, create Lightning Web Component. So here I am giving to the OTT main page. This is the our main page, main app page. So this is the we have the creating the first main page. So in main page JS, I'm not writing anything, just I'm giving to the is exposed true. And here targets. So we have to give it by the Lightning app page. We need to access by the in the Lightning app page, double underscore app page. Sorry. Here we are going to give it by the target, Lightning app page, target. Okay, so this is the we are giving. This is the our main page. So first scenario is the we have to display by the these two frames, frame 1 and frame 2. So this is overall we are calling to the login page. So let's create to the another page, create Lightning Web Component, OTT. So here we are going to give it by the login page. This is the page 1. We are giving login page 1. So in this first we have to display by the frame 1 and frame 2. Frame 1 and frame 2. How we are going to display by the frame 1 and frame 2. So here we are going to take it by the two divisions. Okay. So division, here we are going to take it by the, so here we have the division 1 purpose. This is frame 1. This is the another frame 2. So frame 1 we are going to give it to the here. This is the frame 2. Okay, let's save this frame 1 and frame 2. Okay, let's this one we can able to call it to the our main page. Just this component we are calling into the main page. So here we are going to call it to the so C colon OTT. So here we have to call it by the kebab case format login page. L and P is the capital letters, right? That's why here we have to write it by the kebab page, login page 1. This is the page 1, right? This is 1. Let's deploy the page 1 and let's deploy the main page as well. Both we are deploying. So let's come to the our Salesforce R. creating the one Lightning app builder for the previous purpose. Okay. So app builder. So click on new. Now let's take to the app page. Click on next. So here we have to give it by the OTT LWC app. I'm giving to the naming this one. So click on this, take the one region here. Click on to the save. So here we have to add it by the our OTT main page. OTT main page. Let's save this. Activate. Here. Back to the here. We have to take it by the our OTT subscription. Okay. In this app, I'm adding to this one. Click on save. Back to the page. So this is already we know, right? OTT subscription. In the previous video, we discussed about to the means in the OTT subscription flow development. At that time, we are created the OTT subscription app. Okay, now let's refresh by this page. One more time, we have to refresh the page. So our LWC page. Click on to the here. So frame 1 and frame 2 initially just we have displayed. So in the main page, we can take it by the one lightning card. So save and deploy. So next step is the here. We have to discuss, refresh the page. Back to the here. We have to the refresh by the page. See here, now it is the two divisions. So let's next step is the here we have to display by the side by side, right? So how we are going to display by the side by side? So this purpose I am taking to the one CSS file. That CSS file we are going to develop to the this one. Okay. So come to the login page 1. In this I am creating the one CSS file. So our LWC name is the bundle name login page 1 dot CSS is the mandatory, right? Then we can able to create by the CSS for this under. Let's hit on this. First, we have to take the one container for the division here. Why? Because we have to display by side. So dot. So here we can take it by the container. So in this, we have to give it by the display equals to flexi. And next is the here. So justify content equals to space between. Okay, these two we are taking. Let's save. This container, we can call it to the here. Main division class equals to container. Save. Let's deploy here. In the CSS, we are taking the display flexi and the justification in the space between. So let's refresh by the page. So after that, we can give it by the frame 1 and frame 2. See here, frame 1, frame 2. Here, side by side, we have the appear now. Both are the earlier is the separate, right? Now we are container. So give it by the side by side. So just we can align to the width of these two, how we are going to give it by the width. So let's to take to the frame one. So frame one properties, here we are going to give it width. So 60% ratio I am giving to this one, 40% ratio of the frame 2 out of the 100. Okay, so any border colors, we have to give it by the border colors equals to the, so 1 pixel I am giving, and at the same time solid colors. So here we have to give it by the red. I am giving to the here. Next is the padding. So here we are going to give it by the padding. So here padding is the 20 pixels. Next we are going to the margins. Side will with margin come, right? That margin also will be given to the 20 pixel. And border color, if you want to identify the here na border color, this is red color, right color, right? It's coming. So some attractive purpose. So we can give it by the any colors here. Okay, so border color is the red and border background color. Next is the border color we are given to the red. Background color, if you want to give it by the any kind of the color, if you give it by the blue or green, our wish. So here background color. If you not mentioned by the by default, it's come by the white color. If you want to give it by the any specific color, so here we can give it by the specific color. Okay. So let's take by the anything, some blue we are taking. Okay. So if you want to light color anything, we can take it by the our wish. Like this we can select. So these are all the frame one properties. Frame one property. Same we are going to take it by the frame two also, almost the same. So let's take to the here 40%. If anything you want, we can change it by the background color also, different color for this also. Save and deploy. So width, border color, padding, margin, and everything we are given to the here background color. So like this is appear now. We are going to refresh by the page. One more time. Okay. So naturally we are define the frame thread. We need to call it by the these things to the in the HTML. So class equals to frame one, class equals to frame two. Okay, divisions frame one and frame two. Let's deploy this. So please follow to step by step how we are going to implement it by the whole functionality. See here, frame one is applied, frame two, we can see what we are giving the naming. I think we are not changed by the frame two naming here. So name two. So let's deploy frame two. Okay, so frame two here. Let's refresh the page. Now you have to observe frame one and frame two. So this is the, we have the frame one and frame two. Background color is the, we are giving the blue color, and border color is the one, sorry, red. And pixel size, they are given to the border. So margins and padding is the 20. These are all we are giving to the here. If you want to the border 2, so here also some thickness will be the appear. So save. Now here light color is appear now. So this is some thick will come to the appear. So it is successfully deployed. Come to the refresh by the page. See here. Now thickness will be the appear na this one like this. So this is the how to create the frames in the div tag using to the div tag, how we are going to define the frame 1 and frame 2. Okay, so let's come to the next step is the how to display the our images, our logos, this one and this one. Okay, first initially we have to display by this one, then step by step we are going to this one development. So initially we need to load by our logos. As per the best practice, we can go to the static resource. In the static resource, we can import by our images. So let's come to the here static resource directly. We can so the here click onto this setup. Static resources. So here you click onto the static resource. Click onto the here new. So here our static resource name is OTT subscription image. Let's choose the our image. Come to the desktop, OTT. So this is the our logo. Now here we are added, just give it by the public. Click on save. Click on save. Now we are added the our logo into the static resource. Let's see how to import the this static resource. How to import by the this static resource into the our LWC component. Our LWC component, how we are going to import. Import naming is the our wish. We can give it by the any naming here. So here we have to the OTT subscription logo. I am giving to the here. So from where we want to import this at the rate Salesforce / static resources, how we are going to import resource. We are going to use it by the resource URL. Resource URL / we have to give it by the Salesforce resource URL / our API name. What is the API name of the here? OTT subscription image, right? This is the API. So here we have to give it by the name. So then we can able to import the our image here. We can able to import by the our image. Now let's see how we are going to capture by the this image. How to capture by the this image into the our system. So here we are going to take it by the connected callback. On the page loading time, automatically executed by the connected back callback as well, right? So here we have to take it by the OTT subscription logo. We are taking this is the one of the property. This should dot OTT subscription logo equals to here we are. This is right. We are imported. Copy to this. We can give it to the here. What we are imported. From the imported one, we are going to store into the here. Now this one, how we are going to display in HTML. How we are going to display in our HTML in the main division tag frame 1. In the frame 1, right, we have to display by the in the frame 1. So images always we have to display by the here image source. Okay, here we have to give it by the source. Where we are stored our source is the OTT. This is right. This is the our subscription OTT subscription logo. One of the property we are taken. In this we have to store it by the our logo. Let's deploy this one. Okay, so now here it is deployed. Come to the here our page. Before refreshing like this, after refreshing, you have to observe here logo will be the appear. Refresh the page. So image is not loaded properly. Let's me refresh. So let me check import OTT at the rate Salesforce. We have to the import by the our resources. So resource URL. So our logo name we are giving to the our logo name. Then here we are taking to the this dot our image URL. Everything is fine, but here so here we are calling to the image rate. So okay, is the displayed extra. So here image A is the added extra. That's why it's showing an error earlier. We did not find. So here we have the image. Let's redeploy now. Let's refresh by the here. One more time. So image source, everything is fine. Let's come to the here image logo OTT logo here we are giving. Okay, property name we are giving the different one, right? Here this is the S and L is the capital letter. So we are calling to the our property. S and L is the capital letter, right? Actually we are giving to this one. This is the we need to give it. Oops, okay. Refresh by the page. Okay, now it is appear by the screen one. Okay, in the screen one, we have the appear by the like this. If you want to change it by the colors background, this is the background color. We can need to be the change it also with the fine. Okay, so here if you want to change it by the color code, if it is thick, we can change it. Otherwise, we can keep it also by the fine. So same, we are going to give it to the here as well. Some darkness, right? That's why I'm changing this deploy. So let's refresh. So it's right here appear by the background color like this. So like this, we are going to develop by the frames and logo. I hope how we are going to implement this. In this video, we learned about to the how to create the frames and how to give it by the CSS applied to the that frames. And next one is the how to create the static resource for the our image importing. And after that, that static resources, how to import into our LWC component. And finally, how to display that static resources images into the our LWC component. So these are all we discussed in this video. So in the next video, we are going to discuss about to the how to develop by the frame tool. Step by step login. So here phone number, login button, create button, and this one logo. So how we are going to implement that one, we can discuss into the next video. Stay tuned. Thank you.